we have a musical introduction for you because of your travails to get to where you are.
So hold on.
It might be appropriate.
Oh, that's great. All right, am I supposed to come up here? Thank you all. I mean, I recognize so many of you. You knocked on doors for me. You donated to the campaign. You put up with my phone calls. And you can't run these campaigns without the kind of support that I got from the Sierra Club. And not everybody probably knows how I got into politics. I had been with the League of Women Voters in Norfolk, and this young organizer, Michael Town, came to one of our meetings and said, the League of Conservation Voters is starting a new program where we're asking citizens to be legislative contact team members, and we're going to have a full-day program for you, and we're going to train you and tell you all about environmental issues in Virginia. And this was in 2003, and I thought it sounded really interesting. So the very first time I stepped into the General Assembly was as a volunteer for the Virginia League of Conservation Voters. And I quickly became involved with Sierra Club, and Sierra Club, you all, this is the most active group when it comes to the environment in the area. So it was a really natural group for me to get involved in. So I have a long history having my heart broken by Dominion Power. And during the campaign, I declared that I will not be taking contributions from Dominion or APCO. And I have also requested the Agriculture Chesapeake Bay Environmental Committee for the House of Delegates.
Are you on it?
So we'll see if I get placed on that committee. I don't know, but I have requested it because I do feel like I have this long history with fighting alongside everybody here for environmental issues and conservation in Virginia, and it would give me so much joy to be able to introduce legislation and continue to fight, as your delegate. So I'm just so thrilled by our win. I did bring some of our mail that we sent to people's homes, and I put it on the table there because I thought you guys might be interested to see. We ended up talking a lot about healthcare during the campaign because it polled really well, and definitely at the doors as I was talking to voters, I could feel this intensity around healthcare. And I think what has happened is it used to be that many people were protected from price increases because they had really good health plans at work or Medicare, but now prescription drug prices are going crazy. And so everybody is feeling the pain right now of cost increases in healthcare. So we heard a lot about prescription drugs. And I knew it was an issue because I actually had been volunteering on the Senate races back in November, so I knew people were talking about it. I started doing some research, and I found that Maryland had already passed some really good legislation. It's called a Drug Price Affordability Board. And so I started talking about it on the doors, and people seemed excited. We did our polling on it, and it polled through the roof. So I knew it was a good message, and we did this mail piece that has, a plate with having to choose between your meds and food.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
And I just am really excited to tell you all that I just got my credentials, and I logged in to the Department of Legislative Services, and I have submitted my first bill, and it was the Drug Price Affordability Board. I just did it. I just pressed send like an hour before I came here. But the way it works is that's just drafting, so I submitted it to be drafted, and then other people will sign on, and you never know, somebody might elbow me out of there and I'll be a co-patron, but it doesn't matter. We just need to get it done.
Yep.
We need to talk about it and make sure that we get moving on some of these things. So that's one of the bills that I'm going to be presenting. Another bill is the Every Vote Counts Act, which will be that if you have a recount, you have to count all the ballots that come in after 7 p.m. on election day. Because after 2017, I went in to talk to the registrar, and they showed me a bundle of about 20 ballots that had come in late in 2017 when I had the tie. And were never counted because the Code of Virginia says the ballots, the absentee ballots have to arrive by 7 p.m. So I'm going to try to change that, and that's probably the bill that I'm going to try to submit tomorrow. But I'm also working on a maternity leave bill. You know, we really need parental leave for all parents, women and men, fathers and mothers. But they've already been working on that bill. It's a big bill, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So my version is going to be light, and it'll be maternity leave for teachers. Because I really want Virginia to be the best state for teachers. And so how can we chip away at that? And I think one thing we can do is make sure every teacher in Virginia has 3 months paid maternity leave when they give birth. And it really, to me, it's a health issue at this point. So I don't think it's going to have a big cost associated with it because women are already taking time off. They save their sick leave and their vacation leave. So we're already paying for substitutes. So I'm hoping that maybe my maternity leave for teachers can pass even, you know, but of course it would be better to have parental leave for everybody. But so those are some of the priorities I have, but I can't thank you all enough for being with me, and yes, third time is a charm. So thank you.
That's why we felt the Waukee theme might be appropriate tonight.
Okay, so